Alright, I'm back from my hiatus because Primal Origin, aka the best set ever released in Yu-Gi-Oh! History, came out and kind of rejuvenated two of my favorite decks. One being Scraps, which I'm going to do now, and the other being Evos, which I'll cover later in a separate video. But I went to the sneak peek today, got play sets of both my common cards because the set's amazing, and Konami knows what they're doing when they make good cards, and they make them common. So, yeah, I'm going to get right into it. So to start, 3 Chimera, uh, main one of the main engines of the deck now, since there's another one. Chimera gets 1 tuner back from the grave when it's normal summoned, and can only synchro in the scraps, but it can overlay into anything, so that makes it a lot better. 3 Beast, main tuner of the deck, level 4, has a recycling effect when it's destroyed by a scrap card effect. It can add 1 other scrap monster back to your hand, which is pretty much always Chimera. One of the best cards is Golem, and essentially he can get back 1 level 4 scrap monster per the first time. You can do it once per turn, but if you call the Haunted him or Soul Charge him back, you can use it again. He's very abusable. He's like a bigger wolf bark made out of a refrigerator. So he combos really well in the deck, and I'll do some combos later after I get through the profile. 1 Orthros. I know a lot of people want to run 2, maybe even 3, but he is a really good card in the deck, especially with the field spell, along with this guy with Golem. The only problem is these are the most dead cards in the deck, as well as being the most powerful and combo-oriented cards in the deck, because you need to have another scrap on the field to special summon him, and you don't always have that. And also, level 5, and you need a tribute, so that's really awful when you draw him. But you want to be able to special summon him more than twice. And Orthros, he's just good to have to get your field spell off, but if you have him in your hand otherwise, he's really dead if you don't have a scrap on the field. 1 Goblin to allow for other types of synchro plays, and to stall if I really need it. He also has a recycling effect, but I don't use it that much. And 1 Redox to round off the monsters, because everything's Earth, and if you do end up having a dead Golem in hand, and you have a target already engraved, you pitch this in Golem, and you get Golem back. And it's a really good combo. Alright, now for the spells. The new card, the best card, Scrap Factory. When a scrap monster is destroyed, special 1 from the deck once per turn. By card effect, by the way. And it gives everything a buff of 200 attack and defense. That's not the main part, but the best part is that you can destroy any card and get a Golem out of deck, and then use Golem to get that card back. That's one of the best plays that this allows it to happen, and it made the deck really spammy and swarmy and OTK-ish. The next card is Scrapstorm. This card lets you plus. This is where you get all your pluses and your extra draws from, and plus it lets you activate Scrap Factory a lot. Summon a beast, Scrapstorm, and then you get Factory's effect, add a Chimera, and draw a card, all in one play. So it's really good. Now, some people only like to use 2, maybe even 1 Scrapyard, and I'm trying 3, and I really kind of like it. Since I'm running only 1 Orthros, this lets me search out the Orthros whenever I need it, so I don't have it dead in hand all the time. I can just search it if I need it. And plus, it helps me get to my limited amount of scrap cards, because I've run a very low monster count in this deck. I think it's only like 11 cards, so if I can search for it, that's good. Next is Upstart, 3 of it, because you need to get to your combo pieces. This is a very combo heavy swarm kind of deck, and Upstart just gets you there. I know even with Soul Charge it's kind of flaky. I'm totally swapping these out for Supply Unit when they get here, because Supply Unit is just really good in this deck, because you can activate Supply Unit pretty much whenever you want if you have your field set up, but Upstart works for now, kind of thing. After that, 3 Space Typhoon, Fiendish sucks, Rule Decree sucks, any kind of traps that remain face up probably suck. So if you can get rid of them with a space, or if you can set space and target it with a Scrap Dragon and pop it and then get all kind of bonuses, that's really good. Helps you get advantage. 2 Terraforming, you need the field spell. The deck is okay at best without the field spell, so the quicker you get to it, the better it gets. So that's why I run 2. And plus, if you do end up using all the field spells, you can always just set a terraforming and pop it with a scrap dragon-ish monster, either twin or regular scrap. Burial, if you open Chimera and Burial, it's a first turn scrap dragon, or I usually use it to get Redox Engrave. That's always helpful. Soul Charge, because Soul Charge is just busted. It's not perfect in the deck, because it's just such a low monster count, and I don't have too many ways of getting it into the grave. But it can really help you push. And plus I have other ways of getting out of the grave, which I'll get to. Dark Hole, because I can Dark Hole my own monster, special summon, and wipe my opponent's field, so that's always good. That's it for the spells. Traps. 3 Call the Haunted. Call the Haunting Golem is probably some of the best plays this deck can make, because you call the Haunted Synchro, and then you immediately have a target for your Scrap Dragon or Twin. So Call the Haunted is just really a combo piece. 3 Fiendish Chain, because Fiendish Chain is just good. Negates effects and stops attacking, which is always helpful. 1 up Bottomless, because it's bottomless. Torrent, because Torrent in the field spell, also really good. Lets me Torrent, wipe your field, and then special summon on top of that. And then the 1 Warning, because it's warning. I don't run Compulse, just because of limited space, and plus I can usually pop big problem cards like that. So, we'll get to the extra deck. Cowboy, Burn for Game, pretty simple. Dweller for all your graveyard effects, water, and all that stuff. Self-explanatory, kind of a staple. Maestro, good to sit on if you have to. Can be used as Scrap Dragon to kind of work with his effect, but I don't use it that often for that. Diamond Direwolf, pretty much all of the main low-level scraps are Beast or Beast Warrior, so Diamond Dire actually works relatively well in the deck. Usually you want to go for a Scrap Dragon because Scrap Dragon works the best, but Diamond Dire is a good out. Queen Dragoon Jin, because you get Chimera, activate Chimera and get a Beast back, and then you can get one of your dead dragons back. Any of them. Stardust, Scrap, Scrap Twin, all of them can come back. One new card today is Phantom Fortress. Yeah, that guy. He's good because you can... I don't use him often, but when I do, I banish cards, kind of thing. He's just a cool card to have. If you ever look in the gift space, you can cut him, obviously. He'd be better if we had Floatress, but I'm not going to get into that. For Synchros, Spark Dragon, Spark Effect plus a Scrap Dragon equals free popping or returning to the hand. Blader, because Blader's good. Archfiend, because Chimera and Goblin equals Archfiend, and it's a possible 2900 beater, so helps you get around some certain things. 2 Scrap Dragon, could run 3, might actually put it up to 3, because he's just so good, but right now I'm at 2, 2 seems to be a good number, and Scrap Dragon just flows really well with the deck, has a lot of persistency, can always bring back extra things when he gets destroyed. Twin, 2 Twin, because 2 Golem, and he's really good. It's like having a double Compulse. And he's big. He's a 3000 beater, and a 32 if you have the field spell. Leo, because I can, and Star Eater, because I can. They're just big monsters that are hard to get around, and I can make them, so why not have them? Next, we'll do the side deck, which I haven't really tested much, but it's just kind of a generic side deck. 2 Veiler, because effects suck. 2 Maxi to stop all the special summonings. Light Imprisoning, because Bujin and now artifacts are a thing, so they're annoying. Iron Wall, Dragons, Bujin, all that stuff. 2 Vanities, because stopping special summons. 1 Overwork, because it's all I have, gets rid of Fire Fist stuff. Dust Tornado, also Fire Fist stuff, generic back row hate. Black Horn, because stopping summons is big, it's really important. Soul Drain for more graveyard effects. And Huge Revolution, because scraps are now a thing, and this stops Scrap Dragon, like in its tracks. Because even if they destroy both at the same time, so Huge Revolution stops Scrap Dragon. So that's good. Alright, combos, it's really a self-explanatory kind of thing. most of your combos revolve around having this, this, any of your destruction spells or traps, him, beast, chimera, any of these. You can open up with the field spell, that, and that, which lets you go into field spells on the field. You summon beast and you scrap storm beast. You send chimera to grave, draw your one card, destroy beast. Beast gets this back to your hand, and then you special summon this, and then activate Golem's effect and special summon this, which lets you go into a twin, and plus you drew a card, and plus you added a card. So that's good. Or you can pick these back up, play a field spell, summon a beast, special summon Orthros, pop the beast, activate effect, special summon Golem, effect, get beast back, all in one turn. All off of having 2 cards, depending on the combos. And not to mention, you can synchro, and then soul charge, get him back and get that back. Or you can synchro, and then call the haunted, get that back, and get that back. You can abuse him all the time. He is the best card in the deck. This card makes the deck go off. It's really potent. That's about it. I'll try and put up some duel videos of this because I'm going to be playing a lot more often, because this is probably my favorite deck of all time and it's really powerful now. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and comment, and remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching.